It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when
Hey, what's up, boys? Victims overcoming incarceration and cleansing energy. And for y'all that don't know quite what that means, that's just pretty much getting your shit together from within. Going within and healing and cleansing things on the inside. And I'm your host, Kelly. My co-host right now is sick under the weather. She might chime in a little later on the voice call. But yeah, we bring in you, the voice, and I'm coming live to you from the West Coast tonight. And this particular program was created to be an outlet for the women incarcerated, the women behind the bars, because to share their stories, to get their messages out there, to let the public know what's going on behind the bars. Because we all know that, the people that work there in the government will not tell us the truth when it comes to our sisters behind those bars, right? So we created this outlet, for just that, to shed light on dark situations when it comes to our women in the prison system in the United States, right? So, but before we do that, we really decided that, to give y'all a backstory about like myself and my personal story, insight about my personal story, and what brought me to do this great need and great deed today. So, a little bit about me and my backstory. So I probably have experienced um, everything that a little girl or a woman don't want to experience, from child molestation to rape to just a broken heart to homelessness to incarceration. Yeah, I've been incarcerated. I did time in the women's penitentiary up in Vandalia, Missouri. I wouldn't advise anyone to go there. They definitely are the show me state. They've expedited me twice from two different states. So they definitely the show me state. And while I was incarcerated, I experienced corruption. I experienced slavery. And I said slavery because I worked in the kitchen. Um, and my work outweighed my pay tremendous. So it was slave work. I experienced the lack of medical care. I mean, when I was there, we had to be the nurse and the doctor. We had to give ourselves the prognosis and give ourselves the damn diagnosis, and still go to medical and they give us a Tylenol and send us back. And y'all, this was over about 12 years ago. So, and nothing has really changed because I'm in correspondence with some women there right today, right now, and nothing has really changed. So, yeah, they're gonna get their stories out, truth be told, and we're gonna go from there. So that's what gravitated me pretty much to advocate for women. I advocate for women regardless of the situation because I can relate to most women. whether they've been molested as a child. I have. I can relate. I've overcome that. Whether they've been homeless. I have. I can relate. I've overcome that. Whether they've been raped. I have. I can relate. I overcome that. Whether they are incarcerated. I have been. I've overcome that. I can relate. And so that's what drew me and made me a great fit for this particular program within our organization. I had to get some notes, you guys, so I won't forget anything. So I pretty much just want to tell y'all first before we get into any story, what's come on the show. Now that I got my little backstory out, I guess when my co-host come, she would tell y'all a bit about her backstory. But that's what drew me to advocating for the women. I'm gung ho women. If you know me personally, you will call me a woman chauvinist. I'm not a woman chauvinist, but I'm for the women. Definitely for the women. And what we're going to have coming up on the show, pretty much, we're going to be communicating with these women, you guys, in several different forms. One is pretty much emails. So those women who have a kiosk and on their plantation, they're able to email me. I'm going to read their emails. We're going to read their emails right here on live. Also, they've been writing the show. So they're going to be writing like the old-fashioned way, sending it through the mail. They have been writing the show. So we're going to read their letters that they wrote right here on live. Way is videogram. So on some plantations, they're able to use the kiosk to do videograms, which is pretty much, for those who don't know what a videogram is, it's pretty much like video visitation. However, it's just a 30-second recording, and they're able to say whatever they want to say to put out there to the public to get their message across, whether it be about their case or their experiences with their plantation and their lack to follow their policies. Another way that we're going to communicate is pretty much showing their picture and reading their story, and get ready to share this shit, y'all. Share it out. If you have any comments, drop your comments there in the comment section. We may not be able to get to all the comments. However, when the show is over, we're going to go back to make sure that we answer the comments. If y'all have any resources, y'all, when I share these stories, y'all have any resources, because we're here to help these women the best way possible. If y'all have any resources, please drop them in the comments. If y'all can email, y'all can inbox the page directly. You can email the show. The email address is right here on the page as well. If you're viewing me from YouTube, you can just drop your information right there in the comments. We will have somebody to get back in touch with you. If you're viewing me from the National Plus Coalition page, you can inbox the National Coalition page, and it's definitely going to get to our platform, or you can just click on the voice and inbox us directly to get these women the resources that they need. Now, not all the women are fighting their cases. Some accepted their time, they're doing their time, and they just want to share their experiences on what's going on behind those walls. And another way is they're going to be calling in, you guys. So with that being said, they're going to have to use, for most of them, they're going to have to use the wall phones. And so if you all don't know about prison and the wall phones, they tend to tap in and listen to your call. They have the right to tap into your call and listen to it. And so we don't want any retaliation on them, because they're good for that as well. Even though I got some women right now telling me they don't give a damn about retaliation, they just want to get the word out there. I give a damn, and I don't want them to get retaliated on. So they're going to be calling in when the security risk is low. And when I say that, I'm meaning like, y'all know, this with every job, include in prison, like some guards are lenient more than the other guards. They're just like with any other job. Like this person may be more lenient, don't do his job more than the other person. Some people come to work and goddamn it, they on their job, gun fucking hoe on their jobs, right? So like some days we know that these officers gung ho. We ain't trying shit while they at work, right? And then other days, there's going to be officers who are going to be laid back. They don't care who you're talking to on the phone and what you're talking about. So when you get to know the ins and outs of this, you'll know when to be able to get on the phone. So they're going to be calling in when the security risk is low. Another thing we're going to have going on the show pretty much is on our Fridays. Every first Friday of every month that we have, we're going to have what you call guest talk. And so guest talk is pretty much a guest tuning in with us throughout the entire show. And it's going to be a woman that has already been incarcerated and now she's back in the free world. And she's going to tell us about her story and her experiences, her case, or whatever she wants to share with us. It's going to be guest talk, and it's going to be every first Friday. Every first Friday. Our first Friday. Y'all know that this show is every other Friday, right? So when we come into a new month, it's going to be our first Friday, not the first Friday of the month, whichever, because we're every other month. But our first Friday in a new month, we're going to have a guest talk. And it's going to be women who've already been incarcerated and they're out in the free world now. And they want to share some things, some knowledge, maybe give some resources, you know, and just give us some insight on their experiences behind those walls, when they were behind those walls, and also how it affected them in their dynamic from transitioning from behind those walls back into the free world. And it's going to be called Guest Talks. It's going to be on our first Fridays of every month. Another thing that we got coming on the show is special segments. Now, y'all know this platform is for the women, and we are for the women, but we can't leave our brothers out. We can't do that. So, good evening, Blake. So we're gonna have special segments where we're gonna invite the men on the show, because y'all know these women have boyfriends, they have husbands. Just because they're locked up don't mean that they ain't got a boyfriend or husbands, you know, on the outside, even girlfriends. Don't let me leave them out. I don't discriminate. They got girlfriends. And so we want to give them an opportunity to come and tell their experiences, you know, on the show. So we're going to have special segments where the men are invited on the women's platform. Hey, Lulu. Hey, Marie. So be looking forward to that. Stay tuned to that. And yeah. So we're going to get into the first. Hold up, you guys. Hold on. Work with me, because I'm working with myself. I'm working through this software here. Also have other women who have gotten out, like recently gotten out. I got about 3 women that has just recently gotten out, and it's going to be a segment called, you know, Free at Last, you know, because they just recently got out and they want to tell their experiences as well, and what's going on, what happened with them behind the bars. So let's get into this first. And also, you guys, listen, please do, if y'all hear a story and it don't sound right, listen, let's not judge these ladies, okay? Let's not judge them, because everybody is capable and has made a mistake in life. So when we listen to these stories, y'all, we're going to listen to them with open minds and open hearts, and we're not going to judge them whatsoever. We're going to give our input and maybe insight and opinions about it, but we're going to come from a non-judgmental place. Please, you guys, please. So this is Lace. Let's see what Lace has to say.
Hi, Kelly. My name is Lace Heflin. Thank you for getting in contact with us and trying to advocate and hear our stories. I was involved in a crime and given a public defender because I'm indigent. And the public defender told me that by taking an open plea, the judge would have more mercy and leniency on me because I'd never been involved in anything like this before, which turned out not to be the case. Instead, I was sentenced to life in prison. The lawyer did not tell me, the public defender, that by taking an open plea, I couldn't appeal. So now I'm...
So pretty much what Lace was saying, and we're going to get more in depth because I'm going to read her letter. But pretty much what Lace was saying right here is the fact that she had a public defender, and the public defender did not give her all the information that she needed to know to make a proper decision on her life. Yes, Marie, everyone is capable. And so she pretty much was sentenced to life, and she can't appeal it. So let me go into reading her story, you guys. Okay, Lace said, I ended up with a life sentence, and as bad as the crime may have sounded, it went and was nothing like it was made out to be. I've been in trouble off and on throughout my life, mostly for fraud related crimes. So when I found myself arrested for robbery and a murder, I felt so horrible for having anything to do with such a thing that I couldn't begin to really understand how it came to this. I was unable to afford a lawyer, and although I'm from Miami, this crime was committed in a close knit country town where everyone knows everyone. And I was done before I even started. I was appointed a public defender who convinced me that since I'd never had a violent crime or charge or any such in my history, that he would be and competent in the mental health court, that he would be okay and be leniency with me. However, that was not the case. He sentenced me to life for the death of my boss, life for a robbery that was never committed, and life for a straw that I had tucked behind my ear when I was arrested that contained cocaine residue. I was told any murder committed in the commission of a felony made all felonies punishable by life. The lawyer never told me that accepting an open plea, I could never have any chance of going back to court for an appeal. And so now my fate has been sealed. I had a 2-year-old son who I had placed up for adoption so he wouldn't end up in the foster care. This is my only child, and we've now lost each other forever. I recently learned that my victim and judge had a personal relationship. Now what? So that is Lace's story, you guys. And wow, when I first read it, honestly, I didn't know what to think or say. So I had to take a step back and not judge her, because the lawyer didn't give her all the information, you guys. So she didn't have enough information to make a sound decision about her life. So pretty much she was involved in a murder, right? She was involved in a murder, and she was appointed a public defender because she couldn't afford a lawyer. And so she took an open plea, and she thought that she was going to get some leniency or whatever. And then she had a straw behind her ear, right? And so I guess they used that as, as a felony in commission to commit another felony, which warrant the life in prison. But last I checked, drugs don't warrant a life sentence in prison. Being involved in a murder doesn't warrant a life sentence in prison. Hell, people who've actually pulled the trigger don't get life sentences in prison all the time. So I'm sorry, you guys, my co-host talking to me. So that doesn't warrant life in prison. Do you guys have anything to say about, any comments, any opinions to say about her case? I personally feel like she should be able to appeal it. I don't know if y'all can share this, if y'all have any comments, any resources on what who can she speak with or whatever, as far as trying to appeal it. Because right now it's sealed. She took an open plea, but without her knowledge. She didn't have any knowledge that she could not appeal it. So that alone within itself should have some type of loophole in it for her to be able to go back and appeal it. So what is this? Also, you guys follow us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram page. Follow The Voice on Instagram to catch clips from our live show right here. To catch all the good moments from our show. Definitely follow us now. If you haven't already, please do follow our channel on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. It's the National Plus Coalition. Please do follow our channel on YouTube. So let's go to the next story. So this particular lady that I'm about to present, kind of dear to me. She don't have a videogram where she's there located right now. They don't have videogram, so I'm just going to share her picture and I'm going to tell her story. So here we go. I'm trying to remove maneuver to this. So this is Christy, you guys. And Christy is right now in the mental hospital in Florida. However, she's still locked up, but she's in the mental hospital in Florida. And her story is, I've been incarcerated for about 5 years now. Off and on, they came and expedited me from California. When I got here, I was incompetent, so they brought me to the state hospital. However, I had a court date, so they labeled me incompetent, and now I have to wait and take all these meds they're telling me to take, and be considered competent again before I go back to court. However, my court date, I'm just sitting here doing dead time or whatever. And the medical, we're in a state hospital. However, they treat us like, what did she say? They treat us like animals. The food is not good. The food be cold. Medical is no good. She just wants to go back to the prison, so she's able to go to court. She's just in dead time. The lawyer told her that she would have to take a competent test, and they supposed to be doing that at least 2 weeks. They supposed to be doing that at least 2 months ago, and I'm still just sitting here, unable to go to court and do my time or get out, however the case may be. Okay. So you guys see, and so when I reached out to the women, I reached out to all women from facilities, from if they might be in jail, however they are in the state hospital. I'm still reaching out to them because they do still, is corruption there. They lack of medical care, is lack of medical care. And these two inmates are from Florida. So I'm dealing with 3 states right now. It's mostly the South, it's Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee. And these 2 women right here are from Florida, the same county. They're very, very good on non-medical. They're very, very good on the lack of medical care. They're very, very good on retaliating in Florida. Florida jails for the women sucks. Lowell, to be exact. This is Lowell County, to be exact. Let me just put that out there, Lowell County. Let me see, I gotta come in here. Yes, I have been putting in some work, Lulu. Definitely. And with that being said, hey, if anybody want to join the team, because what I've done right now and what me and my co-host has been doing, putting in work, and it's definitely going to take a team just to keep up with these women, because they're coming. They're coming through mail, they're coming through email, they're coming through phone calls. And I'm definitely reaching out to them. And I just love it when it says new jail mail, incoming mail, because I know that there's somebody else that I can help. I know that there's somebody else whose story I can put out. So if I can help them, someone can help them. Definitely. And you guys, these segments are 30 minutes because I don't want to bore you, and I definitely want to keep you hungry to come back for more. Definitely. Once again, if you haven't, hey Charlie, once again, if you haven't, follow our YouTube channel on YouTube, the National Plus Coalition. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to follow our page. So Live and Straight Out of Parchment. Tune in to Live and Straight Out of Parchment every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 6 p.m. if you're on the West Coast and you want to tune in to Live and Straight Out of Parchment. That's 8 p.m. if you're in the middle Central Time if you want to tune in to Live and Straight Out of Parchment. If you're on the East Coast, that's going to be 9 p.m. your time if you want to tune in to Live and Straight Out of Parchment. I definitely don't want to forget my sister channel, my sister station program, The Low. Definitely tune in to them. They come on each and every other Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's The Low, the LO loved ones. Tune in, listen to them, what they have going on. Definitely. Last but not least, we coming to you each and every other Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time. If you're on the West Coast, that's 6 p.m. If you on the East Coast, that's 9 p.m. your time. And yeah, we're looking forward. We shedding light on dark situations. Y'all share this shit out. I would not the group say animal rights only. Guess what? They treating our sisters like animals behind those bars. Share it in that damn group. Share it, share it, share it. If you got any resources, if y'all hear one of these stories and an epiphany goes off in your head and say, I know someone else that can help. I know someone's story like this and what they done. Definitely leave it in the comments. Inbox our page. Email us. Our email is right here on this page. If you hear me on YouTube, just drop it in the comments. If you hear me from the National Plus Coalition page, definitely leave a message in their inbox. It's going to get to us. But yeah, so make sure y'all following our National Coalition page because that's going to let you know everything that we got going on. So you won't miss an event. You won't miss a show at all. And this has been brought to you by Plus Nation, another Plus production. Y'all, peace, love, and unity, sending distant healing to the women that I just shared, sending distant healing to the multitude as always. Peace, love, light, and unity.